Hello, everybody. Um, I was sitting here looking at YouTube, and I was watching a young lady who came up in my feed who said that she was going to be free forming her locks, and I started watching. And I said, you know what? I never did a video on me getting my locks done. I haven't had my locks retwisted in 6 months since April. The only thing I have been doing was washing my hair, greasing my scalp, oiling my scalp, shall I say, because I don't use grease, oiling my scalp, and throwing on a lock sock, literally. Um, so I went to Vegas this past weekend, last weekend, not this past, last weekend to celebrate with one of my sneaker sisters, 313 Retro Queen, who is one third of Who Has the Heat, along with E Money and McFly. And she celebrated her birthday in Vegas, so I hung out with her. I went and got my hair done last Thursday, and I just had such a long weekend. I totally even did not remember to come on here and show y'all my hair. So the last time I had seen my loctician was April, sometime in April. I don't know if it was beginning of April, middle of April, but I know it was April, probably the beginning of April to the middle of April. Um, and I haven't seen her since. So she basically squeezed me in Thursday afternoon because I told her I was going out of town. I wanted to, get my hair done. And plus, I was looking a hot mess by the head. It's been 6 months since I got a retwist. My scalp is starting to flake, especially in the front. So I need to put some this oil on it. This is the oil that I use on my scalp now. I got this from Henna Souk. That's where I get all my henna and herbs from that I use in my hair. I've been using her henna and stuff for years. If you just go back in my old videos, probably like 5, 6 years ago, I've always used henna souk and nobody else when it came to henna and herbs for my hair. But anywho, yeah, I hadn't seen her since April, and she was like, I was like, girl, I hope you don't kill me. She was like, why? I said, because I just been washing my hair. And she said, you haven't retwisted? I said, no. She was like, if y'all had a saw the look on her face when I told her I had just been washing my hair and oiling my scalp and no retwist, she had a look of horror on her face. She was like, oh my gosh. She was like, well, let's see. And so I said, one thing that I have been doing was separating my locks because I don't want to look like Jay-Z. I don't want my stuff all clumped together, or I go and she get ready to do my hair and this is all clumped together at the roots right here and this is clumped together. Like, no, that's not how I want my locks to look. Nor do I want to have to look like some of them people who ain't been to get a retwist and they walk up in there with all of their locks stuck together and expecting for the loctician to perform some type of magic. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But that's not what I wanted to do for my locks. So I made sure when I washed my hair, I separated my locks just by pulling them apart. And I told her as well, I could just be sitting down watching TV, watching YouTube, and I'll just start going like this to my locks, just separating them dry. And she said, really? I said, yeah. So after she washed me and she went in to retwist me, she said, your roots are actually not bad at all. She said there was no thinning, there was no breakage or anything. So I know some people cannot go that long without retwist. It will thin out their hair or damage their locks. And then some people can go that long between retwists and it doesn't bother them at their locks or does not form any damage to their hair whatsoever. I think it's to the point where when the roots start meshing together is where you have the problem. So, what little separation she did have to do, my head wasn't tender or hurting or anything like that. And so, she was like, for 6 months, and all you've been doing is washing and no retwist. I want to say one time I washed, I say, you know what? I'm going to just retwist maybe the front row, maybe the first 2 rows. I got that comb and got to looking and couldn't see my scalp or where the parts was supposed to start because all of this was grown and out. I had about an afro, like this much new growth sticking out the front of my head. No lie, the front of my hair do not grow into my locks. She have to twist it in there, and then sometimes she will interlock it, in there. Just these front ones in the front. You could kind of see right here how much down she had to go to wrap it, but I literally could have started another whole row of locks in the front of my hair right here, how much new growth I had, and it was just like an afro because it didn't grow into my locks. But I said I went to get the comb apart and I didn't see no scalp. I didn't know where these parts started and where it ended, and I just put that comb down. Got this bottle of oil and got the oil in my scalp and running my hands through it and pulling it apart. Put my scarf on and went on about my business because that wasn't about to happen. I wasn't about to be sitting up here for 5 hours trying to figure out how to wear the parts. Plus, I didn't want to mess up the parts, my parting that she started as well. So, yeah, I left that alone and I said it is what it's going to be once I go back to see her. But again, everything was good. I asked her, was anything, was there any breakage or anything like that? Was there any locks that was thinning out and whatever? And she said no. She said everything looked good. I said okay, I'm happy with that. So I don't know if I will go that long again. She said, "I'll see you when I see when I see you." I said, "I'm gonna try to see you a little bit more often because literally I don't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm working out. Plus, yeah, I'm working out. I just finished up a workout challenge with Channel Chilltown. I came in second place. Um, so yeah, and as you can see, my retwists do not last long. I haven't worked out at all since I got my hair done. And, because I have soft hair, it just doesn't last. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hair doesn't grow in the front. You could already see part of it starting to come out now. See that? It doesn't grow into my locks. So it's been a week. A little Thursday made a week. This past Thursday made 7 days. Friday 8, Saturday 9, 10 days since I got my locks done, and you see they looking fuzzy already. And for the most part, when I'm in the house, I keep my scarf on. But yeah, it just don't last, and don't let me get the sweating or no mist or nothing hit it. It's over, especially in the front of my hair. It's done. So, I said, I don't go anywhere. I just go work out and come back home. I go to church on Sundays. Um, I don't need a retwist to go to the grocery store, or go to dinner when I ain't been out to dinner. Shoot. I ain't been out to dinner with a friend in months. I didn't even go anywhere for my birthday. My friend was sick. She had an eye infection, and we still have not been out to this day. You know, I go to my son's game or something like that, but hell, I throw on my lock socks. Y'all know I throw my lock socks on in a minute and keep it moving, or I make it into like a headband so it'll cover or smooth back the front and let the rest hang. But it's been 10 minutes, so let me just show y'all my hair. I got it on cropped mode, so I'm hoping that it don't come out like this. But she asked me, she said, did you henna anymore? I said, hell no. Don't you see all of this gray right here? Like, all of this gray is all new growth. I have not hennaed since, I think I hennaed in March, and I went and got my hair done in April. Yep. So I haven't hennaed since March. So all of this gray that y'all see in the front right here, that's all new growth. With henna, you have to grow it out or cut it out. Henna is permanent. Cut it or grow it. That's the only way you can get henna out. So all of this gray that y'all see up here plus some, it's all new growth. I said, girl, no, I ain't do no henna. I said, that's a long process. I hate doing henna because you have to prepare the stuff, and it has to sit for 2 to 3 hours so the dye can release. And then you have to put it on your hair and leave it on for like 4 hours just so you can make sure that it take. Child, then it's going to take you another hour just to rinse all of that. Keep rinsing it all out your hair and stuff. I love henna, but good gosh, I hate the process of it. But anywho, as you can see, my hair has gotten really long. And don't mind the stain if you see on my shirt. I was eating my dinner, ribs, and the juice spilled on my tank top. But yeah, these are my locks. My hair's gotten really long. I'm 3 years, maybe I'm 3 years, 5 months in. So I'll turn around so y'all can see the back. Hold on. No. So this is the length of my hair. Can you see it all the way down in the back? Yeah, I think I can. But yeah, so as you can see, my hair's gotten really long. I'm going towards waist length at this point. One of the curl girls was like, they're so big. My hair is just thick. My locks that I wanted medium size, more on the medium large than the medium small. I've never liked small anything in my hair. Even when I used to go get my hair braided, I used to tell them I want medium to large. Do not put those little braids in my hair. So these are my locks, and they're coming along good. They are getting a little long, so you know, I'm constantly always throwing them to the side when I'm looking over to bend something. It gets all in my face. Sitting back on them. You know, you're sitting back on it, you go to move your hair, and it's like, so yeah, they can start to get a little bit much as they grow. Longer and longer, but yes, my hair is thick. I have a lot of strands. That don't really mean much when it comes to locks because it's loose, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm using the same products, aloe vera gel mixed with essential oils, tea tree, peppermint, and rosemary essential oils. mix into it. That's what I use, aloe vera. I'm still using my same shampoos, design essentials, I think it is. Um, the honey cream, peppermint um, shampoos. I haven't been so dogmatic about the shampoos because before I was bringing my own, like, different shampoos like Trader Joe's Tea Tree or shampoo bars and stuff. But I was just like, girl, just use what you got or whatever. It's not a big deal. And then this oil I use for my scalp. Again, this is from Henna Suit. It's called the Black Raven Hair and Body Oil. And it just has argan oil, jojoba oil, camilla, camilla oil, ravens. Y'all know I can't see raven something essential oil, which gives ravens, black ravens oil. It's not black either. I can show y'all what it look like. It's just like a regular oil, a yellow tint to it. So these are my locks. I don't do nothing more to it. All that stuff that I was doing in the beginning, talking about moisturizing it and spritzing it. I think that stuff is essential when you first start in the lock. I want to say your first at least year and a half to 2 years. Just to make sure, that it's as you're maturing. Once you get kind of matured, or like in the teenage years, you don't have to do so much. You know what I'm saying? Like your locks are pretty much set and it's just growing at this point. So as far as like spraying any type of rose water or anything on my hair, I don't do none of that mess no more. I really don't even oil the length of my locks. I just do my scalp and my roots. That's the only part of my locks that really get oiled. I don't do all of that stuff anymore because my locks are already formed. And I want to say I stopped doing that about maybe a year and a half to 2 years. I stopped doing all of that. Yeah, and just made it minimalist, oil the scalp. You can spritz the scalp, but for me, if I add any type of moisture to my hair, to the roots of my hair, is over. So I just started oiling my scalp. That's it, which y'all just seen me do. The weather is changing here. It's getting cooler and the air is getting dry. And my skin is feeling it, especially on my face. I just ordered some new products, skincare products, because I really let my skincare, facial care get away from me. And I have all type of dryness, dry patches, redness, and everything. So I will be bringing you that as well when my stuff come at some point this week, what I will be using, and we go from there. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and show y'all right quick what these locks is looking like at 3 years, 5 months, and first retwist in 6 months. But they coming along and they are growing very nicely. So, and she said for me to have been 6 months since I last had a retwist, they were still good. Everything was okay. No breakage, no thinning, no nothing. So, and I told y'all before, I did have to, let me find it. We did have to, but I told y'all that one. We did have to combine. Where'd it go? Oh, here it go. We did have to combine. It was a little tiny one that was there, and I thought it was going to make it, but it did not. It was starting to thin. It was starting to thin out. So we just went on ahead and combined it. So I got twinsies. right here. And I did a good job at keeping it combined too. While when I wash my hair, I made sure to twist these two to keep them together. Because this one was a tiny one. I mean, it was even thinner as it went up, but I thought it was doing good, but whatever. And I did have another one that um I had another one that she said might snap. This one was at it was the twinsy was thinning at the root. So that's why we had to combine it. But this one, and I'm trying to see which one it is, but I can't find it. This one was it had a weak spot in it. And she was like, what we can do is wrap some hair around it. But I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's this one. After at this point, if it breaks, it just breaks. I'll just have a short one. That's all. But I can't find it. Is it this one? I think it may be this one right here. Yeah, it's this one right here. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see. You see how it just dropped like that? It's very thin. Um, right here, and at any time, I mean, it's not thin, but you can see that is weak right there in that spot. So she was like, we could thicken it up by putting some hair around it. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. If it breaks, it breaks. It still has some length to it. Like if it breaks right here, it still has some length to it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it'll be breaking up here, as long as it's not the root. But I said if it breaks right here, I'm fine with that. I mean, yeah, I lose a lot, but it'll grow back, and this way it'll start over. So I'm not worried about that one. But that's the only one that's like that. Everything else is good. So it's been 22 minutes. I just wanted to come back on to show y'all my retwist and how my hair is doing and how it's growing these past 6 months since I had a last retwist. Now I don't know when I will be back to her. Um, if we go out of town in December, I'll be back to her in December. If not, she probably won't see me for another 6 months. she, if I don't have nowhere to go, she may not see me until January, maybe February, to be quite honest. Um, and then after February, she may not see me until May. So I try not to go that long in between. But if I don't have nowhere to go, I don't have nowhere to go. And if it's not that important for me to get my hair retwisted, it's not that important. I just keep getting me some scarves and lock socks to cover my front, or wash my hair and just do like a wide headband and push it back and keep it moving, because it's mostly just the front, be like an afro. But yeah, so I just wanted to stop in and give y'all an update, because I just realized listening to the young lady, I ain't get them no update. They ain't had a hair update in 6 months. So anyway, y'all enjoy the great start to your week tomorrow, Monday, and peace.